Good evening, traders. Douglas here. Today we've got a quick one for you. We're going to cover very basic bookmap strategy. This is price seeks volume, or what we would call liquidity in the book. Okay, and this is not so much a trading strategy on its own as a bias strategy. So add this into your current trading strategy to help with your bias direction of your trades. And it's a pretty simple concept, okay? Price wants to go to liquidity and wants to go to where the most volume is that you can trade. Now, of course, in trading, nothing's guaranteed and you don't know when things are going to happen or if they actually are going to happen. This is a probability factor, okay? So everything in trading, you're basing it on probabilities, not guarantees. But I wanted you to take a look at what happened in the RTY today. The RTY, we had at the very beginning of the day, you had this resting liquidity up here. These highlighted areas are where the highest volume of liquidity is resting in the book. These are limited orders. They were resting here since the open. And as you can see, price bounces around a lot. You know, it goes up, it goes down, it works around, and then it shoots up and it kind of gradually works its way up until it hits one level, works its way back up, hits another level, works it up, hits the other level. Now, there was nothing up above these three levels. Once it filled that liquidity, price starts to shake out and then it retreats. Now, this is something that you're going to see over and over again in your trading, especially when you're using something like Bookmap where you can see the order book. And there's a very talented trader in the Bookmap community called Scott Pulcini. He has a trade room. He's got a few, what would you call it, courses out there that you can take. But at one point in time, he was one of the largest ES players on the planet. Okay, so he was trading millions of dollars. And the way he describes this is, this used to be him. So he had these layers of high volume sitting up here waiting. And what was going on with price, you know, down here and then moving up and catching these areas is he's trying to manipulate the market into himself. Okay, so he's doing what he needs to do to try to get price to move up, pushing price up. So even if his ultimate goal is to sell, he might be buying down in here to get price to go up, putting pressure for price to go up, fill his larger orders. And then once he's filled and the work is done, then price can retreat and drop in the direction that he wants it to go. And he's made himself a tidy profit. Okay, so pay attention to this kind of stuff. You're going to see it over and over. Most people think that these are just rejection levels. And, you know, on certain days, if it's like a range day, something like that, a lot of times these levels will act like that. But there might be a big one here and a big one down here, and it won't be as clear. And it gets up, can't break through, and then it drops down, can't break through, goes up, that kind of thing. But when it's all stacked in one direction, your bias should be towards that direction. But like I said, I mean, it could take a few hours for that to even start heading in that direction, if it does it at all. So, you know, play your strategies, play your probabilities, but this is, like I said at the beginning of the video, your bias. So let's take a look at just a few days before on the ES. It's the same scenario. Now this is a ton of points, okay? And all these big numbers in here that have popped up, these are stops and icebergs, and these are all very large numbers. There was a whole lot of activity on this day. Normally you'll only see a couple icebergs on the whole day and a couple stops on the whole day that are big as any of these, and there's all sorts of major activity going on. But even in all of that major activity, you had this high level of liquidity at the beginning of the day. It was sitting there all day long, waiting literally all day from the open all the way took basically till the close to get up here. And we didn't even get up here and finish all the business in the book that day, but price just kept working its way up, working its way up, working its way up, working its way up. You know, it'd meet resistance every now and again as it was trying to punch through, but this is where it wanted to go. And again, referencing back Scott Pulcini, I recommend you look him up. He would say that, you know, all these icebergs, these stops, these kind of games that are going on down here, he would have been playing these areas trying to push price up and get himself filled where he wanted to get filled. All right, so I hope that concept's simple. So keep a lookout for that and see how it plays out on your days. Peace out.